Hi guys, I'm Michael here, and in today's video let's talk about the Facebook name change. We were briefly mentioning it in previous videos, so right now maybe let's dive into the topic, and later let's talk about the trades that we took a week ago. So on one side, the rebranding is relatively typically corporate restructuring. Right now Meta is the parent company with the collection of brands that once fell under the Facebook umbrella. Facebook, the app and the social media platform, will keep its name and become a division of Meta alongside Instagram, WhatsApp, and the virtual reality firm Oculus. So we've seen that before when Google made a similar transition in 2015, when it moved its search engine and other brands under a new company called Alphabet. The name Meta is a reference to metaverse, a concept for the future of the internet that Zuckerberg said would be the company's primary focus going forward, which is the thing we as well discussed in the previous videos when we talked about the new stocks for the portfolio for the upcoming month. You can check the video also from the previous week. So definitions vary, but in general, the metaverse refers to an immersive digital world layered on top of serving as a substitute for everyday reality, which I don't. What about you guys? But for me, it smells like a matrix, which to be honest I'm a bit skeptical about. It's not that it's not good, because for example, if we talk about business use, meetings or something in this direction, I guess it might be okay, but for everyday use, yeah, of course, there will be plenty of people who will be using it like we saw in the movies. But until it is a marginal use, I don't mind, to be honest. The case is that we already heard in Glasgow, in this new World Economic Forum, that they want to implement it into schools. And that is not cool, I guess, making it as a substitute. But hey, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it will turn out good. Maybe it is the future, and I just can't wrap my head around it. So as I said, in Zuckerberg's vision, it would allow users to do everything from attending meetings or concerts to shopping for digital or real-life goods instantly. And you could also interact with your friends as if you were in the same room. So we heard about that before. The idea of metaverse isn't new. The term was invented in the early 90s. On top of that, several other companies are pursuing their own version of metaverse. Facebook critics have argued that the company's name change is largely intended as a distraction from the ongoing public relations mess created by the Facebook papers and earlier scandals, like privacy breaches and election interference. But we discussed that as well. That is simply trying to destabilize the company. Putting the Facebook name under a new corporate umbrella, they argue that it can help spare the company's other brands from the ire that so many express towards the social media network. I don't know how they see it, but you can read such opinions. Like it would matter to the revenues that they generate, right? So on the other side, we have other people who see the restructuring as much more than just a PR play. We discussed also previously that the government is looking for ways to put more legal restrictions onto Facebook, that they want to have access to their algorithms and so on. So I guess that could potentially separate Facebook from the rest of the companies. It may also make the firm less dependent on the performance of its social media platforms, which some analysts believe are likely to decline in coming years. Many tech industry insiders argue that whatever short-term benefits the name change may bring, the real motivation is that Facebook is going all in on the metaverse as its future. The implications of that move, they say, could have enormous implications for how we interact with the digital world. If its metaverse succeeds, Facebook could have full control over a new version of the internet that becomes the interface through which we experience the reality, or, in the most extreme predictions, replace reality itself. Fun times, huh? Okay, so let's go back to the present time and hop on a platform and see what we've got. Okay guys, we are in the client's cabinet. And let's check my trades. So first thing that I want to talk about is the bad thing that occurred on Moderna stock. So we see from plus 80 to minus 180 euros right now, but we discussed that, right? So that the Moderna is a company of one-time event, and currently it has you know, the orders, and they will still make money, but the short-term risk is still here. Where is the Moderna? Yes, here it is. So as you can see, beautifully, we bounced from this level, went up, 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 and in this week we opened with a gap. So right now, what I'm gonna do is simply wait up this moment to eventually maybe close the gap. We will have to see how the price will behave at this stage. And at the moment you see that we make this, we stopped at this support right here at this moment, right after the previous gap which has opened. And yeah, let's wait up this one. And also you will so that is my take on the Moderna right now. It is a too big loss to just cash it. And as for the situation is not as tragic as it could be. So the next thing that we need to wait up is still Inovio, the trade that we took on our the short-term trade, which we still are waiting for either the stop loss or take profit to occur. So yeah, still it is floating, and I closed the USD CAD, and I will show you how, and I will show you why, basically. USD CAD, my friend, come here. Okay, so the case with the USD CAD is that previously we had this cup and handle formation, the reversal formation, and after that we had this movement to the upside, correction. I believe it is somewhere around 50% or 61.8 Fibo retracement where we bounced off. Yep, it is 61.8 level. So right over here we spotted inverted head and shoulders, based on which we conducted a trade on the neckline. So let's zoom in a bit. Okay, so that was my initial move to enter at this level. So we took a trade over here, and I today closed this one because we already made 1-to-1 risk reward. Typically I'm taking a bit more than that, 2-to-1 or even 3-to-1, but at this stage I decided to take this one and re-enter again over here, because still first thing is that we have the NFP today. So the dollar is getting stronger after the FOMC statement, recent statement from the Wednesday. And also we have the IVPMI and employment change on Canada, which tends to be worse than the forecast, but it is due to the reopening of the economy after lockdowns, so it will gradually decrease to some sustainable level. So that might cause again the dollar to go upwards, and still we see that this move is getting stronger. The trend is continuing, and on top of that we had here some kind of a chart pattern. So you see, I will just show you that we have over here 80 couple pips to the downside, which is where the lowest point of the head, right over here, and 80 pips we already did over here. So 1-to-1 risk reward ratio is already been cashed, already been booked. So I decided to close the trade and eventually look how the chart will develop. And right now we see that we have created a triangle, which is a continuation pattern. I don't know if you can see that. It's ascending triangle. Let's make it thicker. So I hope you see that. And yeah, on top of that, we have the good forecast and the prospect for the forecast is good because we had the ADP on Wednesday, which is the, we can say, private sector NFPs. And we had the initial jobless claims also better than the forecast. So that might suggest that the NFPs will be good, or at least more or less according to the forecast, which is the more than double the number from the previous month. And yeah, on top of that, we had the employment change from Canada and IVPMI, which might suggest a little of a slowdown in the pace of the recovery after recent lockdowns. So yeah, maybe let's re-enter again to the upside. Okay. And let's edit the trade. So no, let's close. So where we could put a stop loss, where is the, so 1.2450. 1.2450 and a stop loss. And take profits, sorry. Movement 1.2450. 27 euros. So take profit at 54. Okay. Apply. And we're good to go. So right now we re-entered on the USD CAD, and let's check the other trades. So the big winners from the from the portfolio are Home Depot still and Nvidia, which doubled the Home Depot performance. And we see that Qualcomm is also up, Apple is up, Intel is down, 3M still up, Caterpillar, this Inovio, and our recent purchases, which is Visa, PayPal, and Facebook is already 80 euros up. So more or less it balances itself right now. But we are continuing this portfolio, and we will see how it will go in the future. So yeah, I think that is all. We made another trade we discussed, and our predictions as for Moderna, unfortunately, were good. And yeah, so we will talk about next time in the next video and to check how the portfolio is running. So till then, remember to subscribe to this channel, check LiteFinance on Instagram and TikTok, and yeah, follow for more. So till next time, guys, take care, bye.